Welcome to Onivia Highlights. These are the best highlights of today's LCP 2025 matchup.
Lost as well as the Ignite for Elio. Still not the worst thing in the world. Alistair, unless getting hooked and stunned up, will be completely fine in general. Levi being looked at though as Guri trying to find some way to find the snare, will not be able to do so. Levi's going to now slam this Pike against the wall. He does have the flash. He's not going to be able to use it. And first blood, just like that, going over to Artemis. Levi now flashing forward. Shogun being in a lot of trouble. Does have cleanse. No barrier available. But unfortunately on the other side of the map, it is going to be Elio going down the flash forward. The reset for Guri. And it's going to be KD coming in. Will be the kill, but Guri is going to secure it. It's 2 kills Vikings for just the first blood.
Whereas now it's like there's objectives that need to be contested. You can't infinitely freeze waves anymore. Just how, how fast minions are coming out of the base and just how squishy they are.
Yep.
After the nerfs the minions received in the early game. This is Grubs being started up and one will be picked up.
Level 5 still on the junglers. There's no big ults here to speak of outside of Aurora. With the hook landing, could be dangerous. We do have level 6 for the Ambassador 2, that public execution. If he's able to find on the correct target, here he comes. He's going to find it onto Guri. Levi coming in as well. That's an absolute one-shot, but the Worlds Collide is there. Still, no one going down, and Katie losing the ult. This should be just meaningful damage on the back line when he has just that 1v2. So, yeah, GAM doing pretty well. Kaya now, though, does not have ultimate, of course. We just watched him use it in that replay, get himself a kill, and he is 4 against 1. Arrow will go wide. Can Kaya clear this wave? He's dashing. He does get stunned up. He's going to have a shield, but no, he doesn't get it off. It's going to be Guri picking up that kill. Down will go Kaya. He also loses his flash for it, too.
Very nice stun for Flash is no longer there. He no longer has the tool to outplay that one. And he was just always going to be outnumbered. You see that the trade was happening on the map, and GAM just, picking up an objective. Not necessarily a favorable trade for either side, right? Both are just getting something and...
Hold your horses. Ares is being looked at here. He's going to cancel the base, maybe having to drop the Chaos Storm. Will be doing that. Ashara will not connect, but there's the Gravity Field. Are they going to be able to get the kill? This tower is very ramped up, but the Grandmaster's Might, the resistances that were given to Kratos means he is going to be able to flash out. He is going to survive, and it's just another kill going over, this time onto that Jax. Xulong, though, he's coming up to join his AD carry. Will be found out. Headbutt Pulverize. Still Xulong completely fine here. Very slippery champ is the Bike, and in fact being turned around. Shogun doing a lot of damage. Elio is in a lot of trouble. Flash is available. Flash forward for Xulong. Hook will connect, and there goes another kill. 2 to 5 now, the kill score. And Vikings are just continuing to...
allows with the shield is going to help a lot at mitigating how strong this Jax is right now. But playing around Kratos is very scary because, you look at the champions and what they do into Jax in particular. They're just not too strong at taking him down, and then if he starts ramping up and getting that Counter-Strike going, he can absolutely do an insane amount of damage in these skirmishes. Engage champions to be able to get them back in the game, but this time at least they have Levi on the Skarner instead of the Zyra, so they have someone who's able to get control. But potential dive.
Yeah, public execution going to connect, and Kratos, he's in a world of trouble. Really nice. Impale comes through, forward flash and shut down.
Clank.
Going over to this Skarner. Now Xulong, he's got to try to find some way out. He flashes, but still he just ends up under this tower. Not great juggling of the tower aggro yet from GAM, but eventually it is going to be Levi. Comes in, scoops up that Pike, and will claim themselves another first tower of the game taken. However, for the side of Vikings as Kaya teleports into Shogun rather. Guri is going to be able to be there to defend him. No harm, no foul.
Or use TP down the bottom side of the map, so they were able to attack here, especially knowing they have numbers advantage. Ooh. And quite a comfortable dive for them, but in the play of fights going on.
Yeah, fights going on. Rift Shield was picked up. That's a feat now upgrade for the side of GAM. However, on the meanwhile, it is just going to be 2 people going down immediately. Guri does get the reset as well as another person. That's 4 now going down. Only going to be Ares left alive, and he does find his way out, or maybe not actually, as Guri's still following him. Chaos Storm comes through. Guri very, very low, but it's going to be Xulong who does confirm the kill, and Ace.
Every single objective is quite important. And so the fact that Victor and Varus both will lack flash for the next 2 objective fights is something to be worried about. And Levi, not to worry about right now.
Levi is being looked at. He's absolutely going to go down. Not all that much committed, just the Ash ult, which did find its mark. Levi, though, being the jungle.
Keeping that 2v2 and bully, but the initial lane swap really shut down anything GAM could do in the early game. And, Ash waiting until she hits that first 1.5 item spots, and now she's going to start doing a lot of damage, especially with the Kraken passive consistently. The ults have...
More likely to see involvement from our top laners, push out a wave, come join as you see Kaya doing just that. Does have to be careful though, especially against the Jax. Hook will land. Elliot's going to pop the ultimate. Through they will go. Keep an eye on the Aurora. Public execution does go wide, but Siu Long's going to go down just too quickly. Shogun now flashing away. It will come Kratos. It is a nice amount of CC coming through, but the one trade back, both supports are dead. Now a lot of health bars still fairly high.
So much priority and so much vision control means they have flank pressure as well. So it's a lot to think about, and these arrows don't necessarily have to land on the key carries of GAM.
No. Absolutely not. I think I want to say as well, though, this game, Artemis, with some smart itemization. Obviously, this is just a build of
real key ability that can pop that one consistently. And, you know, this is going to be the contest here. The soul point is up, or the dragon soul is up, and GAM are ready to fight this one.
Yeah, GAM are ready. They're going to find Guri. He's going to have to flash on out of there. Elio does flash forward, but he doesn't have any CC to lock down that. Viego through will come. Levi, the Impale does go wide. A nice dodge from everyone on the Viking squad. Here we are. The worlds are apart, but Kadi gets shut down. That's one kill over to the Victor. Siulong trying to get on out of there as Kaya is running forward. Ares, you can see him on the back doing a lot of damage to the Kratos, but still not able to find the kill, and it doesn't look like Vikings are so willing to give over this dragon just like that. 5v4. Teleport available for Kratos as he can come back in, but you see the zone control. Victor trying to put out the gravity field, trying to find a way to make sure Guri can't come in, and they'll do just that as the empowered piercing arrow will behind in gold. And with the Dragon Soul being the objective that they truly cannot give over, I think that immediate bonus of damage is very good. Nice Impale does come through, but it's Ares that's now in a lot of trouble as I was just complimenting him. He will go golden. The peel is there. They're trying to do it, but it's going to be Aurora. Katie does find the kill, the reset. Down will go Artemis eventually. It's another one. Double kill, and Shogun's just 1v1ing this Alistair on the side. Levi nowhere to turn. Only Kaya will survive. It's 4 found for MVKE, and they're now marching down top lane.
This shouldn't be the game end for the side of Vikings. You know, the waves are quite far. I think this should just be the walk back to Baron and take that one, but we'll have to see what they do want to do. Maybe they believe that it's really hard for them to siege and they want to prioritize taking this inhibitor over anything, but they are TPing in. The wave is here, and this probably, you know, I actually take it back. This is probably just going to be the game ending here. This is 15 seconds on Victor, but a lot of damage going to come out of these carries from Vikings here. And Jaya, unless he can do something insane here,
yeah, Kaya's going to try and find a way to get the wave. He is going to make his way in there, and he's doing a good job at trying to distract. Shogun looking for the kill. That is key damage, not hitting these Nexus towers, and the respawns will come through. Kratos, he's going to find a really nice counter-strike. It's going to land onto Ares, but down he'll go. That's a triple kill now coming out for Artemis. The flash away will come through, and Katie looks like he will be able to survive. It doesn't seem very realistic you get the pike either. A lot of damage coming back, though, from this Aurora. Artemis still going forward. Siulong as well, waiting in that corner. Will go invisible. He's trying to find his way back in, but there's no way away from the slows coming from Victor. Actually, maybe able to get out. Walking towards the Nexus. He's not going to be able to get the Nexus by any stretch of the imagination. It would have to be the craziest XPK of all time. Doesn't go invisible. He's
going to pop in a second.
Certainly delaying. Another nice dodge by him. Should survive. Baron, however, in the meanwhile, should be going over to GAM. Not a lot of damage, actually, is. There's Varus. Oh my god, Katie's damage is insane. Levi will be able to tank this up for a very, very long time, and while the Varus doesn't do a whole lot of damage to this objective, the fact that, you know, Levi's never going to die to it shouldn't be enough. The arrow does come through, not going to be enough either, as it does not connect onto the Varus. So, open Nexus. Keep in mind, season 2025, baby. Siulong is not really going to have the damage to take out the Nexus by himself. The teleport cooldown's coming up very shortly, means they have such a limited time to contest before they have to be back in case of, you know, Siulong getting in there, dropping a ward, and Kratos teleporting in. So all of the damage that needs to happen before the fight is going to come out of Artemis, and that is all skill shots, and movement speed helps a lot to, you know, make sure you can dodge out of these piercing arrows.
And also, you know, Shogun recognizing that well, he can go for Infinity for a lot of damage.
Levi definitely in trouble now. Will have to flash away. Kratos is going to get stunned up, though. The Impale will connect onto him. Does go golden under the tower. Can they get him out, though? Elio goes for the headbutt, but a nice flash does mean that he gets shot the other way. Between worlds is going to find a lot of damage. They do find the hook again, but Levi is just living. Kaya trying to find a way out, but it will not be the same for Ares, who does go down first in the fight. The Chaos Storm is chasing around these members of MVKE, but they are going down fairly low as this continues to go. Kadi trying to find his way in, not going to be able to do it on this leap forward. And in the meanwhile, look at the minimap. Look at this Jax. He's just making waves in the bottom side. Kaya's going to eventually arrive there to deal with them. It looks like a 1v1 is breaking out. Who will be able to win this? At the time being, it is Kaya. certainly well scaled now as the ultimate was used rather by Kratos. He is sprinting out of there. Kaya still with that ult available. Still matching the bot side. Baron now down to 5k HP as Ilya trying to find the way in. Will find the vision. Levi's not going to be able to get there. Baron does go down. GAM, it almost feels like they're forced to find a fight because how are you supposed to now deal?
Goes to show the power of that champion right now, but this is the Elder spawning. GAM is the first one here, even though there is the Baron buff on the side of Vikings. It is only just the extra stats at this point, right? Which is quite significant at this point in the game. But these minions aren't really going to affect how this fight operates. And to see how GAM's going to do this, is Cardi does not have the TP, so he's going to be quite late here.
Yes, Cardi very, very late. Down to half HP now as this Elder Dragon is down to 8k. Ilya going to block up that air shot, pops his ult of himself. Kratos now in the pit. 5k HP, 4k HP. Whoever gets the smite, it could be the game-winning shutdown. The AD carry's dead, and the smite will go over to the side of Vikings. The ace will not come through, but the game will as Vikings get absolutely everything they want and take game number 1.
Very, very back and forth game, and obviously GAM did such a good job to stall this one out, but this was the Viking show from pretty much the beginning to the end. They had control of the map. It took them quite a bit longer to win than they genuinely would have expected, right? But just overall, a very, very good job, and we had questions about the comp that they were drafting in response to what GAM was showing and that they need to do so much in the early game, but they really made it work. A lot of what they were doing was aggressive.
Paired with a Caitlyn, Corki a very, very different champion, but still does offer that sort of lane dominance that Caitlyn often does as well.
Yeah, and this is our first time to see it as well, so yeah, I'm going to definitely write that one off with only just under 7 minutes until that decision is made.
Oh, hold up.
No
There's
flash.
one kill going to come down now as, yeah, loses flash, immediately overextends and is punished by the paranoia. Considerable amount of XP away from Guri, giving it over to Levi instead, being that he is sort of on this kindred, this, if you want to call it, hyper carry jungler. Should bode well. They even are able to pick up the dragon afterwards as just so much control over this bot side. The weak side of the map as things stand for the side of Vikings, whereas much the same can be said for GAM on the top side. Going in, all out does come through, but that steadfast presence is going to be more than enough to be able to deny any further forward play onto Kratos. Kaya trying to find the damage here. Q3 is going to have to be big. He's not even going to be able to use it. Just the Q2 flashes over the wall, does get out. It's a kill going over to the side of Vikings. It's going to be picked up there on the Poppy. A lot of damage coming down onto RS, but it's not enough. Elio as well, here to defend his mid laner. Means that no kills do go over, but still more and more pressure in terms of trying to pick up those feats of strength.
Now this is still 2 of the 3 objectives over to GAM, right? They did get the 3 grubs, but let me hold my points.
Ooh, Guri does flash away. Forward will go Levi. That's a kill picked up for him. Down will go Artemis, though. It is a 1-for-1 trade, ultimately. Not all that bad. Sealong, unfortunately, being the one to claim the kill bounty means that he is going to be
one of these semi-offensive items to go forward first, but Kratos in trouble.
Yeah, it's being looked at.
No
Won't be able to get away. It's a nice taunt coming out there of Ares. Do they have the damage to take him out, though? He's going for the minion wave and will be taken out. It's Levi who picks up that one. A very important kill, and as you said, another mark now. On the other side of the map, Kaya. I mean, a lot picked up there by GAM.
Yes.
They didn't get a kill, but, you know, both ults, the teleport, and that was their chance to try and work towards the tower. Even the stun landing Cocoon, fantastic. Don't have the damage though, the Aftershock just able to give them the resistance to stay alive, and Lamb's Respite will be the answer as well. Still though, the Poppycopter will be available to himself for 7 more seconds, and hold up, Repel comes through, Ilio's gonna go down, it's a kill over the Smolder, ultimately a 1-for-1 as things stands. The Pathmaker going aggressively, Shogun though does turn around, trying to find the splash damage, not able to do so. The W though will be enough, and there comes the Q. Can he find just one more? Not right now, and it looks like the Kazante should be able to get away. Kaya does live, but 2 kills for Shogun.
And that's huge, and you already see that's a 2-level lead over the Corki right now. Potentially Artemis going to ding to level 10 really soon, so should just be the 1-level lead, but the Smolder being so accelerated is such a big deal, and this potential first tower going down here is going to
they got first tower.
Last Dragon would secure it for them,
Could be
correct?
it, yes. I do feel like one theme I'm seeing between both the games is securing one of those feats of strength has led to a lot of gold going over to the side of Vikings, maybe overplaying their hand a little bit. Eventually though, they do secure that 3rd one and will get the feats of strength online. We saw last game, it didn't matter. See if Cardi does create a line of do not walk past this, a barrier, stopping GAM from making any forward progress. Now the Herald will reset. GAM were first played. Guri getting looked at, but Stride Breakers gets the movement speed and does manage to walk on out. Shogun, though, you see he's just continuously stacking away. Kaya cannot interact with this Smolder without the team involved or Flash being used, and so Rift Shield being started up. There is no spells, summoners at least, here for Shogun at the time being.
The 225 stacks for Smolder is so crucial with the true damage burn to the tank. So he doesn't really have that much damage right now, but he's still really accelerated.
The Rift Shield picked up completely safely by GAM. Nothing really used in the process. For forward track here on the mid lane. Definitely don't want to be giving this over, but it doesn't seem like there's anyone really that can defend it.
Now,
Artemis coming, but
while this was all happening, you know, we were paying attention to what was happening in the Rift Trail, but the fact that Vikings were like, oh, you guys TP'd in? Okay, you know, go for it, take it. And Kratos was just coming out of Elise, is nullified. And with his own, you know, ability to escape out of fights, being extremely mobile is crucial, and he's doing so much damage already.
Levi charging in the hero will pick himself up. At least that mid-outer. Still, towers in favor of the side of Vikings, especially after taking that top one. Orange now getting aggressive. Levi coming up here, but not able to lock down Kratos means nothing should truly come of this. And going to part ways. I think both teams realizing that whatever comes next can just decide the game. You know, like one clean team fight out of all of them. Yes, sure, you have the Smolder, but Smolder doesn't love to play from the back foot, you know, later on in the game. Wants to be able to walk up, find the poke with the Q.
To me, if GAM managed to win the next team fight, it sort of puts the game in a state where they're more comfortable, right? Whereas if Vikings win the next team fight, I think that is almost lights out for the side of GAM, just with, you know, how these team fights are going to operate going forward. But, you know, it's always very hard to call a game over, even with the scaling advantage, just to contest everything at this point forward, because this Dragon Soul might be their only win condition left.
Yeah, through comes Mum. We have found our way forward. Ares trying to find the flash taunt, but unfortunately not able to land it as a bunch of flashes were used against it, and the cleanse as well. The Spiraling Despair will mean that so much damage does come out, as well as the Poppycopter means Levi's reversed, taken out completely, and look at the damage coming through, the execution coming through, all of Vikings coming through. 2 men remain, it's Artemis and Levi, but forward will go the Vikings. Forward they will continue. Artemis burning and Artemis going down. The Vikings look so good.
And that was honestly GAM's real last attempt at an even state team fight. As this game continues to extend, it's going to get worse and worse for them to really deal with the Hui and the Smolder, and it was just such a clever...
Whereas flash available for Elio means there is a world in which maybe he can somehow find a flash cocoon followed up with a Gullio, and that could mean the end. Although Paranoia comes out, everyone onto Ares. He's trying to get away, but so far he's not able to. He is feared, and Levi gets shoved way back to the back line. All out's going to mean absolutely nothing. Uses it, gets executed, and you're seeing just how untouched everyone really feels on the side of Vikings. Only Sulong.
There's so many ways to create zone control, make sure that the AD carry is as safe as possible, because Kiaya couldn't even get out of that one, right? Poppy, once again, being an extremely strong pick into these champions with dashes, and it's just generally really hard to respond to, but...
Picture in picture, though, it is time for the other Khan. Lamb's spike comes down. He's going to have the opportunity to smite, and he will be able to get it. The Gullio ult, the Heron Shows comes through. Oh my god, it's the Voracious. No one's going to die. Shogun doing so much damage, but he's got a Cassante on, and the Q will not connect, so Shogun is completely out of there. But importantly, a lot of gold picked up, and the smite from Levi coming up. The revive on everyone that isn't Elio and Levi. Now, admittedly, Levi, very important. Half HP now is the Baron. Mum coming through. There's a lot of zone control coming out of this Gullio. The splash damage could be enough to send Kiaya back to base. It isn't for now. It's a 4v5 as things stand. A withdrawal's going to come through, but that's not all that impactful.
They need to run.
But here comes the Nocturne. There's another withdrawal. There is none available for Elio. He is just the support. You do not mind giving that up. Baron now in control of the side of GAM. They're very
sieging, right? It is really hard to, you know, even just hit these towers, especially because, you know, you're just going to eat a Smolder Q, but they are using their numbers here to brute force this one. There was only 2 members from the side of Vikings ready to respond, but
well, look at
you
the
ready to see the poke landing.
Look at the damage. Oh my god, Artemis hasn't had anyone on his screen in half a year, and he's still down on 1 HP. Kaya going to get the hero's entrance onto him. Siulong is going to get it knocked up, but so much damage coming through from Shogun, and completely untouched is the Smolder. Flap, flap, flap. He's going into the team. Everyone's 1 HP away from getting executed. Burn, burn, burn. Barrier will stop it. The Lamps Respite just on the edge, but Kaya going to use that Pathmaker and end up out of there. Nowhere left for this Cassante to go, and he is just dead. Does a reasonable amount of damage before getting taken out, though, and the Baron recalls may mean some members get away. Levi not going to be able to, and alley-oop. Thank God for Siulong. Levi survives.
Yes, Levi is absolutely thankful to Siulong there. I think he, obviously did not want to use that ult there to save him out, but still a win for Vikings. It's so hard to escape. Is doing an insane amount of damage. I haven't really done a stack check for quite a while, but we would assume he is in the, low 300s right now, just based on the game time. Doing a really, really good job to have a lot of... They need to create some avenue to find a flank to, get some damage onto this Smolder, because a lot of this other damage isn't really going to matter as long as, Shogun and Cardi just feel safe to walk up and control chokes, poke damage, and just, overall output a lot more than the enemy team.
Well, Ares potentially thinking he's in a good position. It doesn't look like it for now, but actually it's Siulong who gets taken down immediately. Shogun's still completely untouched, however. So despite the 4v5, the combat's still absolutely there for Vikings. Everyone all grouped up, everyone also tanky, but Shogun with just so much damage.
That's a lot.
Very nearly the entirety of GAM put together. Very close to. And we go, though. We're looking for some type of fight. Levi is going to be jumped on by Guri. There is no follow-up for the time being, and Levi should be okay. He does have to flash away. We didn't see it on the bottom side, though. It was Kaya committing into a team fight, 1v4, and does get just taken out. That's now the tank gone. There is, of course, Ares still available, but with the low health bar on the Kindred.
Ooh.
In fact, even losing out on his ultimate now, I believe Cuddy maybe just finding a great snipe.
Yeah, Cardi he landed that smite and forced Levi to pop his ulti, so even though Levi flashed so he could save that Lance Respite for the team fight, loses both of them now.
All right, Artemis, he's going for the big one. He's got it loaded up. He's got it loaded up. Boom! All right.
Doesn't even hit the Baron, unfortunately.
That was, yeah.
And numbers is just the most important thing in this point in the game. It's never going to outweigh, what you can do. Even if they did take down the Jace, that was going to be the 1-for-1 at worst for Vikings, and then the 2-for-1 at best. So just an overextension of the side lane, lost them the Baron, lost them their top laner, and
into the tower. Wave clear not there even close to as much as the side of Vikings have, although Levi trying to do something, not able to find the angle. And just look at the zone control coming out of way. Levi even gets found. Levi's going to get hit by everything and shut down. Doesn't even get the Lance Respite off. It's a 4v5 now. Baron up. Kaya, yeah, he'll get out for the time being, but flash forward the Q, the paranoia, the mom, and everyone is just 1 HP. Smolder going forward. There's absolutely nothing left to do. It's Vikings taking the 2-0 sweep over GAM.
This game was definitely significantly more one-sided for me than last game. Obviously,
yes.
Still going to clean this one up, but this was just a massive, draft difference to me. Picking, double tanks early on is obviously, strong when you have...
When you see Nocturne.
Yes, and also when you have better carries to back them up, but they didn't have the better carries this time.